everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making chocolate frosted donuts. Now, making donuts has never been easier with this recipe. Early on in my channel, I've released a traditional glaze recipe for making donuts, but this one will teach you how to make cake-style chocolate frosted donuts. And all you'll need is these ingredients and a donut pan. So, let's get started. So, for our ingredients, we're going to start with the donuts, and we're going to need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 large egg, 1/3 cup of packed light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of 2% milk, 1/4 cup of vanilla yogurt or honey vanilla yogurt, which I'm using in this recipe, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter melted, and 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. And for the chocolate glaze, we're going to need 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup, and finally 2 teaspoons of water. Alright, so to get things started, we're going to prepare our dry mix first. And to do that, we're going to need a medium-sized bowl, and to it we're going to add in our flour, our baking powder, baking soda, as well as the nutmeg. And whisk all of these ingredients together until they're well combined. And now separately, in another medium-sized bowl, you want to whisk together your egg, the brown sugar, the milk, and the yogurt until it's smooth and well blended. Once the consistency of your batter looks like this, you now want to add in your melted butter as well as the vanilla extract and whisk those both in until they're well combined. And while you're whisking those, can I ask you all a big favor? It'll mean the world to me if we can get this video to at least 200 likes. That really supports the channel in more ways than one. So please help me and the channel out by smashing that like button for me. And if you want to see more recipes like this one, don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. And click the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. Once we have both our dry mix and wet mix created, you want to pour the wet ingredients into the dry and stir them together until just combined. The key here is to not overmix it. Otherwise, you're going to be making some tough to chew donuts. So the goal here is to just mix it until all the dry has been incorporated into the wet, scraping the sides of the bowl just to make sure you don't miss any spots. Now you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. You want to spray your donut pan with a non-stick spray and spoon the batter into the donut cavities of the pan. And your batter should fill about 2/3 worth of the donut cavities, as your donuts will rise in the oven. And this recipe makes enough batter to create about 9 to a dozen donuts, so depending on the size of your cake pan, this may require multiple times of baking. You want to bake your donuts for about 9 to 10 minutes or until the donuts are golden brown. And once they're done cooking, you can remove them from the pan and use the pan to bake the remaining amount of donut batter, making sure to spray it again with that non-stick spray prior to adding any batter. And these donuts by themselves are great enough to eat, and the nutmeg really shines through in this recipe. But we're going to elevate it by making a homemade chocolate frosting. So in a medium-sized bowl, you want to place your chocolate chips, the butter, the light corn syrup, and the water into the bowl, and melt all these ingredients in 20-second increments in the microwave, stirring after each time until all the ingredients are completely melted and smooth. And for me, it normally takes about 2 to 3 rounds in the microwave. And now to finish off our donuts, all you need to do is dip the tops of the donuts into the chocolate frosting, and once all are coated, your donuts are ready to serve and enjoy. And just like that, you've made chocolate frosted donuts cake style right at home. Save yourself a trip to the donut shop with this amazing recipe. As you can see, they're really easy to make and require very little ingredients. And these donuts, in my opinion, are best served the day of, but they can be stored at room temperature for about 2 or 3 days in a closed container. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef, and that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on the screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. And if you want to see more recipes like this one, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And sharing is caring, so if you think someone else will enjoy this recipe as much as you did, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where I show you one of my favorite bread recipes, cheddar cheese biscuits. Another recipe that requires very little ingredients and cooks up in no time. Well, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Check out more videos on my page now, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.